Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you this morning a couple of the items I bought from the Dior Tie Die collection, which is out at the moment. And two of them I've used and one of them still in the box I haven't really used. So let's have a look at that first. This is the kind of centerpiece, I guess, of the collection. And there are two of these. These are the Blush Harmonies, come in this great big package. I picked the shade Pink Sunrise. I was quite tempted by the other one, which is a very pretty coral, but I was buying sight unseen off the website, and I was a bit worried it might be too pigmented for me to make much use of. I'm kind of slightly regretting my choice. Here's the compact. It's really, really beautiful, mirrored, shows your fingerprints, reasonably substantial compact, which I can't get into, but that's what I really love. The nude engraved in with the different colours, just a beautiful pink selection, mostly cool, although this nice rosy tone there, a bit of glittery purple at the sides, but it comes off all pink, and the kind of white highlighty bit in the centre. But there's no way you can pick out the individual colours. Now I haven't I have kind of swatched it, but I haven't actually worn it on the cheeks. To be honest, I've got so many products at the moment because all the collections are out, and trying things and working at the same time, particularly on days I can't wear anything other than a very conservative makeup for work. So I'm a bit slow, I apologise. Now, it comes with this dinky little kabuki brush. To be honest, I'd rather it didn't and it was a bit cheaper, because I'm not sure, much as I love dinky little doll-like things, how useful this is going to be. It's got no cover, so it's not really going to work in a makeup bag or handbag. I use my travel Chanel kabuki, which has the cover over the top. I haven't got it close to me to show you, all the time, and that is so useful because it's protected in your handbag. But this, although it feels quite nice, it's quite good quality, I don't know, but let's use it now just to get a decent swatch. So you can see, I mean, I've swirled quite a bit there. There's a lot of powder coming off, and it's very, very pale with this brush. I might have to try with a denser brush. It's more like a finishing powder than a blush. So kind of a bit disappointed with that because, you know, it just isn't a blush, or it's a very, very faint blush for me, and I'm very pale skinned. There we go with the swatch. Just not really showing up at all, but just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in the pan. Very beautifully presented. It's even got a little cloth in the bottom. Oh no, a little pouch, sorry. Yeah, there you go. So, little pouch for the compact, but it hasn't got a pocket or anything for the kabuki. I suppose you could just use it for your kabuki, but it's not going to really work very well. So, beautiful, beautiful item to look at. I'm not sure it's worth the money. I'll put the price, if I can find it, in the details below. But I don't really think I'm going to wear that a lot, so that may end up on eBay. What can I say? I often regret these things when I buy sight unseen, but it's so difficult to have time to go around the shops. Sorry about the mess on my table there. Right, on to the two products that I do quite like. I definitely like this. This is my first Dior Addict lipstick. I've put so many lipsticks at the moment, so it's frightening, but there are so many good ones out there. I really quite like the packaging. It's this slightly futuristic plastic over the metal, and the plastic has a slightly kind of petrol-y look to it. I'm not showing you in this video, but I will soon. Another item I've just bought from Dior, and that's the Eye Freshener palette, which is an interesting package as well, with this kind of upmarket petrolized plastic, which I quite like actually. Anyway, I get very confused because I want to pull the whole top off, and in fact, it's just this tiny bit here. And these are the ones that have the CD running through there, if you can see. I'm told like a stick of rock, they're right the way down, which I love me a good gimmick, and I think that's a good gimmick. It makes absolutely no difference to how the product applies. There we go. I can't see that the bit in the centre makes any difference. But I have worn this for a couple of days now, and I do like it. This is plenty pigmented for me, and it's a nice, glossy, smooth gloss. Not the most long-lasting stain, but it does last pretty well for such a forgiving formula, forgiving in terms of adding shine and colour, but without accentuating lines or needing a lip liner to look respectable on. Now this colour is 004 Cosmic Pink. Again, I bought off the website. I had read what Sarah had to say on Colour Me Loud, and she recommended this as one of the more pigmented of them. They'll look a bit confusing on the website. But I really like this, really like the formula. It doesn't have any fragrance, any discernible fragrance. As I say, nice and smooth, feels moisturising, easy to apply. Just a lovely day lipstick if you don't want, too much fuss, but you want a polished look. So I do really like that. I've got two, absolute favourites at the moment. This one, which I'm loving, and I've forgotten, I'll have to put it in the caption box below, but one of the Tom Ford current limited edition ones, which is really lovely as well. I'm sure is going to make it into my favourites. Right, the tie-dye top coat. I think there are 3 or 4 polishes, certainly 3 in the collection. Quite an unusual lemon. I'm not a great lemon lover, but it is an unusual colour. A peachy nude and a more conventional pink, and then this tie-dye top coat. Now I'm wearing it at the moment. This is second day, and I've worn it as a top coat over a very neutral Essie polish Au Naturel that I'd had the day before. Now I don't really know what's tie-dye about it. I suppose you could say that the tips kind of wear off, because like the gel top coat, this kind of shrinks. I mean, when you apply it, I do apply it all over the nail, but kind of over 24 hours it shrinks away from the sides and the top. The gel coat does that as well. I must say I quite like the colour. It's more vibrant than I expected. They call it kind of pomegranate stain. And I think it's quite pretty and relatively forgiving of the fact that, it isn't there at the edges. I say relatively, doesn't make your hands look truly groomed. So I might just put on another coat in front of you and see what that looks like. What I will say is it's extremely gloopy, even more than the gel top coat. And, I've literally one application and used quite a bit, so I don't think it's going to last very long. There we go with a second coat, just bunged on. You can see that's now looking very, very pink, but showing the tips where it's worn. Now, what they say when I read what you're supposed to do with it to get the tie-dye look, because I don't quite get that. I'd assumed, you just put it on as a top coat over another polish, and the top coat would kind of do the work to make it look tie-dye. But no, it is about the application. What you're supposed to do is apply a first layer of top coat on the tip of the nail, then apply a second layer of top coat on 2/3 of the nail, and then apply a third layer of top coat on the entire nail. Well, that seems like a bit of a faff to me, and it's not, particularly tie-dye. You could do that with any polish. You're just painting different layers, really. So it's a slightly odd product, but I kind of like it. I do like the gel texture of their top coats. They just give a nice smoothness to the nail. So yeah, have an experiment and try and apply it a little bit more carefully. I don't know if it's a must, really, even if you're a nail polish fanatic. I do like their gel coat. I do think that makes your manicure last longer. But it's quite a fun thing. And actually, the one coat, I think, does look quite pretty. So I don't regret that one. So, sorry, rambled a bit there, but I'm trying to get through all these products. As I say, I will be showing you the Dior palette in a separate video along with another nude palette. So that's something to look forward to. In the meantime, bye for now.